I wanted to demonstrate how easy it is to use the allowed calculators on the FE exam to do some basic statistics. I have an emulator for the TI 30X, which is one of the allowed calculators. I actually prefer the TI 36X, which has the same statistics capability, but a lot more capability in the probability area. It's got some cumulative distribution functions, as well as it does have some numerical integration routines. But I don't have an emulator for the TI 36X, and the statistical data entry is almost identical for the two calculators. So let's look at an example problem here. We're given a sample data set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries, and we're asked to find the mean and the sample standard deviation. And you could refer to the formulas in the review manual to calculate those, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to use one of the available calculators. So I just hit the data key to enter data entry mode, and then I'm just going to enter in the 7 values. So 12.1 is the first one, 13.9 is the second. I'm going to switch to my computer keyboard so I can enter them a little more quickly. 16.2 is the third, 12.1, then 10.9, 14.3, and finally 15.0. So I've got all the data entered. This is into the L1 list. They actually have two other lists available, and the second column is available for an L2 list, and the third column is for an L3 list. So now I go to the statistics mode, so second statistics, and I'm interested in the one variable statistics, so I hit enter. My data is in list L1, and the frequency of each element each element has a frequency of 1. So go down, and I went to then calculate the one variable statistics, and it gives me all this information. It tells me there are 7 data points. The mean value is 13.5. The sample standard deviation is 1.87. It calculated a different way when you divide by n instead of n minus 1. It's 1.73. We also have the sum of x, the sum of x squared, the minimum value in the list, the first quartile. We have the median value, the third quartile value, and the maximum, and then it cycles back around. Let's see what we want. We want the mean and the sample standard deviation. The mean is 13.5. That's item D here. For number 4, the sample standard deviation is 1.87, and so the answer to number 5 would be A. Now let's look at another example that involves two variable statistics. So let me scroll down, and we're given the following table of information. So I want to enter in the x values in my L1 list, the y values in my L2 list. I'm going to ask the question ask about the regression line, and the calculator will calculate that for me. So let me move it over here to the side so I can see my data. Can I go to the data? Now I've got data in there. I can actually delete these one by one, but if I hit data again, I can clear the L1 list or the L3 or clear all. So I'm just going to clear them all, and then now I want to enter in my L1 data, my X data. I'm going to go to the computer keyboard. 5, 12, 14, 23, and 30. And then I want to just scroll over to the L2 list, and that's 4, 10, 13, 15, and 15. Okay, and hit enter there. Now I want to go into statistics mode. Now I'm doing two variable statistics. So, and then my X data is L1, my Y data is in L2. And then so calculate my two variable statistics. Notice that there are 5 data pairs. Gives me the average X value, the standard deviation in X, and similar data for the Y. I'm interested actually in the A and B coefficients in the regression line. In the calculator, A is the slope and B is the y-intercept. We see in the problem we're asked the y-intercept. From the calculator I got a value of 4.4043, and so the answer to that question, question 16, is D. And then we're also asked about the slope of the regression line. That's B here in the calculator. I'm sorry, that's A here in the calculator, and that's 0.4164, so that would be the answer to question 17 would actually be A. Again, just one note of caution here. In the review manual they use A and B, but I believe in the review manual A is the y-intercept and B is the slope. So hopefully this will help you when you go to take the FE exam. Again, if you use the formulas, especially for this regression line, to calculate the slope and the intercept using the formulas, it can be pretty time consuming. But it just takes a matter of seconds to actually use the capability of the calculator to calculate the intercept and the slope. And similarly for the one variable statistics, it's easy to get the mean and standard deviation, which is probably the median is included as well, but that's probably about all that you'll be asked for.